What's good, guys? You're watching Last Words with Cameron and Jamie. Let's get in it. I can't do it like that. That was gonna be the first one on top.
Gotta not know what topic this is.
That wouldn't be fair.
Right.
As much as I want to pull them out on deliberately, I could be fooling fools. Traveling. You want to start this one?
Ooh.
Traveling domestically or abroad? You've traveled abroad.
Talk. That's true. You haven't been out of the country though, huh?
Which would be cool, which is a shame.
We're gonna have to go out of the country at some point. I went to London and Zambia, Africa. They're both totally completely different environments, but they're both really, really
Was
cool.
London that crazy different? Oh, I guess it would be, but like...
Yeah, London was really... It's just like a different environment to be on compared to the United States.
How were the people in London?
Different.
Was there a marked difference?
I feel like when you go to London, like, I talk to a lot of, like, small business owners, and...
I feel like it's like that here.
No, because there's, like, a lot of, like, huge capital, like, big, like, marketed, like, Walmart and stuff like that, which they have, like, a little bit over there, too, obviously, but the place that we went to is kind of like this. I'm not exactly sure where we went in London. Like, we got off of the main train at, like, the Big Ben clock and the Eye of London or whatever and all that stuff, and then we went to, what is it,
the River Thames.
The what?
Oh, you're dumb. Or I'm gonna look down. What were you thinking of?
I'm not sure what it's called now. I don't know, but basically, like, all of the countries that have claimed their independence from England, like, there's, like, this road you go down, and there are all the flags. And it was really cool because we just got back from Zambia, and Zambia had claimed independence, like, just, like, recently, like, a few years prior or something like that. And then, obviously, United States had, so the United States flag was flown there and stuff like that. But London was pretty cool. I ate, I'm not sure what it's actually called, but those, like, bagel with cream cheese and, like, fish. Yeah. That's the first time I ever had that. That was pretty good. And their fries there are, like, outstanding. I was like, oh, man.
Why?
Those are so good. I don't know.
They got those potatoes from the source.
So good.
They got those potatoes straight from the source.
Holy crap. Like, I thought American fries were good. Like,
they make them shits, like,
super, like,
right
salty
next door.
And I don't know. But, yeah, just, like, homemade. Like,
You
they're
said-
super good fries.
You said they are super salty or no?
No, United States, like, fries you would think are, like, so good because they're super
No,
salty
US
and they're,
fries.
super oily and,
Yeah.
I don't know, bad for you, so they're supposed to be really good. But those over there, like, they're mainly good for you and they're really good. But, yeah, and then Africa was super cool. I got to, like, be a medical volunteer over there, so got to meet, like, a bunch of different people, like, in the community and lots of kids and did lots of stuff over there.
But I want to know about the travel.
The travel was
How was
absolutely
the transit?
terrible.
Like, how was the transit?
Oh, God, that was terrible. It was like, I think it was from Colorado to London was 11 hours. And then London to Johannesburg was 13 hours. And then Johannesburg to Zambia, Africa is like 2-hour trip. Because you're going, looking at it, it's London to South Africa, basically. And then South Africa
And
up
South Africa
to Zambia. So you're basically going 4 hours out of your way. Because you're going 4
I get
hours,
you, 'cause
then
you're
2
going
down,
down,
and then
yeah.
2 back.
I see.
But there's no, like, main plane that's going to come from London straight to Zambia. So it was like, it was so bad. And then when you get over there, you get super jet lagged. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
I guess it's not really termed jet lag. We didn't take a jet. But,
That's a term, though.
yeah, like, I don't know, it was just, like, crazy because they tried to teach us all this medical, like, stuff when we first got there, and I was, like, falling asleep. I was like, oh, okay.
How was How about the airports in London and in South Africa, I guess, too, compared to like American airports?
London was.
Did that TSA?
Yeah, I think all of it did.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, but I think both of them did. Obviously, the one in Zambia doesn't, but the other two, they're big. They're big airports. Johannesburg was super cool because they have all these like little like African shops, like in the airport.
They're making sure with your name on it. No,
no, just like a lot of just like that one was really cool. They're just like little shops around with just like cool things you can get. And London had the same thing, except obviously those are more like buy a wedding ring here for like 20 grand and stuff like that, like in the airport. And so that was super
you see
weird.
that, you're like, who? Somebody's done this.
Yeah, or just like Louis Vuitton bags in their shop, like buy a purse here. Like what? Like, this is what you're doing when you're traveling.
Let me make an aside. There exists a level of wealth, and when you have that certain level of wealth, those people legitimately breathe different air. Like this, it is just the disparity between what we have going on, like, and what some people have.
Somebody actually going to London and being like, "I'm going to Louis Vuitton."
Yeah, somebody's
grab this like
Louis V bag,
hundreds of dollars or thousands probably bag, while you're just traveling.
Some people fuck around and leave all their stuff, and then travel, and then just, I'll just buy new stuff. Like,
well, because the
some
one
people
thing
are about that lifestyle.
I think I've told you before is like when we were traveling, like we carried a lot of cash, which I didn't like. You know, like when you're traveling, you're carrying that much cash. It's kind of scary, but it's like you had to have cash to kind of like
drop it.
What?
You
just like lose it or something. And so I'm like, these people really go into whatever store and buy a 20 grand ring, like they're not going to lose it. You're on travel, like staying random places. You're just going to buy a ring or buy a bag that's thousands of dollars or
losing that ring.
And I'm over here worried about, oh God, I'm going to lose $20. Oh, like, because it's like $20 for however many months I'm going to stay somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to lose money. I don't need to lose money.
That's crazy though. Like, people will run by and buy that kind of stuff just on the fly just because they see it. But how
DIA has that like in Colorado. Like,
well, what did you say that was at?
That was London. London is like.
Oh, what about?
I think London is one of the biggest airports, like in the world.
Okay.
And you can see, like, it's huge and it has crazy stores, and you're just like.
So that's like, I get it.
Right, but like, that's weird. Like,
yeah, that is weird. What about in Africa? What kind of stores are there, like, in the Johannesburg?
There wasn't any, like, name stores or anything like that, but they're just really cool stores, just, like, get, like, really cool knickknacks, and you can buy alcohol.
In the airport?
Yeah, you can buy alcohol.
You can do that anywhere, in any airport.
Yeah, but there's, like, a
sauce.
huge alcohol, like, store. Like, huge. Like, really big. Yeah.
Like an alcohol depot.
Yeah, and, like, the one place we went to for, like, Africa trinkets or whatever was, like, this huge place. And it literally was, like, themed like a jungle. And you can walk up the stairs or whatever, and there's, like, little vines and stuff. It was super weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, but it was really cool. It was a cool place. I liked the Johannesburg one.
It is interesting to know, I guess, like, the consumer level of just these different, like, different locations.
Areas, you can tell. Because definitely, like, when you go from Johannesburg to Zambia, you travel on, like, a tiny plane. Yeah. And you go there, and their airport has nothing. Like, literally just, like, the places that, like, you go for the certain terminals and stuff, and that's it. And then you literally go out, and then, like, the vans are there to pick you up.
That's...
Right, but no buses or taxis or...
Yeah, no, but it's interesting to see. Though. It's interesting to see, A, how people get around, two, like, the just the products they consume. Mm-hmm. And stuff that you realize, like, oh, they probably consume that because it's around.
Right.
Like in Africa, people consume what?
London's have, like, crazy restaurants and stuff. Like, too.
Capita,
in the airport.
Is it crazy restaurants?
Like, we went to one, like, and it was super fancy. And I was like, in an airport?
These fools sit down and, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
But fools sit down and have lunch for, like, 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's, like, European culture.
That was like, definitely what it was, though, because, like, you have layovers and stuff, like, a lot there.
Yeah, exactly,
So you're staying there. Like, we had I think the first time we went, we had like a 5-hour layover before we could go to Johannesburg.
That joke's ass.
And it's like, so you're 11 hours, 5 hours, 13 hours, 2 hours, and then you're finally there and you're like, I'm gonna die.
Like, how do you get, oh, man.
Yeah, like, you're so tired. Like, and then when we got to Zambia, it's like daytime there, but it's night at our like, in the United States.
Mm.
So you're just like,
you've been
I'm
doing
pass
that
out.
whole...
Like, yeah, and you've been doing all this traveling, all this stuff, and then, so you'd already be tired. It doesn't matter if you did like... all that traveling and you ended up in Nebraska. Like, you'd still want a nap.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. Way people get around. What else? What else is new? The kind of people. I didn't realize there was such a big difference when you travel, like traveling domestically. Mm-hmm. If you come from somewhere like the East Coast to Colorado, people be like, a lot of people. Noticed there was a difference going from Falcon to Fort Collins. Just a lot of people saying hi.
Really?
East Coast, I feel like East Coast people aren't that nice. And I heard about people coming here. I knew people from New York only because everybody from New York always gotta tell you they're from New York. I don't know why. It's weird, or just like people from California gotta tell you either how you not from California or they're from California.
I guess so. But, I always hear like, even from Colorado people though, like I always hear like, you have an accent. They're like, where are you from? I'm like, Colorado.
Yeah, somebody told me they're like, you have she was calling from Fort Worth, Texas. She was like, you have a Colorado accent.
Oh, really?
Like, what does that even mean? I was like, what is that?
Just like not saying your T's and stuff. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, I've heard from Coloradoans though. Like you don't sound like you are from Colorado. You sound like you're from somewhere else. Like, where's your accent from? I'm like, what?
I said, what are you talking about? But you said not saying your T's.
Right, like I don't say my T's just like anybody else here.
Right. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was like weird, but yeah. I don't know. Where have you traveled in the United States?
Been to Georgia. Been to, I think, Florida a little bit. North Carolina. Texas. Oklahoma.
We went to California.
New Mexico. Just driving by. California's tight.
I like California a lot.
But yeah, no, even domestically, you start to see how people get around. Like I said, how people get around, like on going from like Falcon or even Colorado Springs to Denver. You see in Denver, a lot of people get around with like those little scooters, like these little personal scooters.
Now.
Because they have like stadiums. They're having multiple stadiums in the city. Like people can get around. There's like a lot of stuff to do on foot almost. Or
yeah,
close
we did.
To.
We did the scooter after we went to a Rockies game.
Right.
And it was crazy. It's cool, but a lot of people like use it in the street and stuff. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, people do that in California too. People in Fort Collins, it's actually the big difference in Fort Collins. People biking.
Right, there's so many bikes in Fort Collins.
I'm sure it's like that in Oregon too. People bike like just
all the time.
It's crazy. I forgot how many bikes I used to see. How many people biking, but it's just like
rollerblading in California.
Exactly, you're crazy. But yeah, no, you see it a lot, and that's not even really traveling, but you just see like just the different locations. It doesn't have to be very far away.
Right.
It's weird. Just stuff.
Traveling's really cool though. Like being able to see all the different places you can see, and especially like if it's like historical. Like when I went to, I think it's Washington D.C., maybe one of the surrounding states. It actually might have been Pennsylvania. I can't remember, but they have the Anne Frank. Memorial and with all the like Holocaust and all that stuff and what? Hiding out in ships are dumb.
Hiding out in the attic.
But yeah, like they had that, and it's like really cool to see, like, because they remade like her attic and like what it was like and stuff like that, and like being able to see something like that, or even like in Philadelphia, I saw like the old bell.
Oh yeah, Liberty Bell.
Yeah. Yeah, and I saw the old one because obviously there's a new one that you can go. Yeah, and
you
the old one that cracked. Yeah, there's an old one that cracked.
Yeah,
and then there's a new one obviously that's up.
I was about to say they're currently working.
Yeah, but you get to see the old one because it's in I'm not sure necessarily a museum, but it's somewhere and you get to go see it. And it's like really cool. Or in Washington D.C., you can see all of like Abraham Lincoln and his like whole thing, and like the monument.
The monument.
Yeah, and obviously the White House, and just like
there's
a lot of
certain
stuff. So
there is definitely a certain energy, or sometimes even a magic to a specific place, like like
even like in Washington, like they have that Vietnam War like memorial, and it's really sad, but it's so cool. Like, it's so cool. Like, there's this huge wall with, like, names of people.
Do you feel it?
And, yeah.
I feel like...
And you can even, like, look up family members and stuff. So, like, I was able to, like, look up some family members and stuff.
That'd be weird.
And, like, there's, like, a book when you first go in. All the names that are in there and, like, where they're at. So, like, if you want to locate them, you can, like, go and, like, look at it and stuff, which is super cool.
Oh, I see, like, where in them...
Like, where their name is in the whole memorial. Because, obviously, there's a lot of names.
I feel like it'd be crazy to travel somewhere, like, to, like, a Holocaust museum. That would be... Just that energy there.
That energy was just sad. Like, I just wanted to cry.
It was like just straight solemn, just...
Yeah, wow. The Vietnam one is... And I think there might have been a different memorial, too. Like, World War II or World War I. But it's super, super cool. And, like, you're able to see all the names. And it's just, like, a really pretty, nice place. And, like, soldiers are there. And, like, people that watch over, like, that place. And it's just, like, super cool to see. But then the Holocaust is, like, you go in and it's just sad. Like, you hear stories. Like, you hear little kids, like, in the background, their story of how it was in the Holocaust. How it was in concentration camps. How, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like you hear that in the background and then you're going up to Anne Frank's little, like, thing. It's like, this is sad.
For real?
Like, just overcome, like, your whole body with just sadness. Like, it's so sad.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's,
So it's like the whole place, like, that whole trip was so cool. It was so awesome. All the different things you see, you're super happy the whole time you're there. And you go to that and it's just like, sadness, because it's like there's no way you can go in there and not be sad.
What about that is crazy. That is honestly really wild.
But it's cool, like to be able to say that I went there is just like super awesome. But yeah,
or it'd be like something somewhere somebody famous has been or something. Like
the stars in California or something. You can see all the like famous people and their like little engravements and stuff.
But yeah, no. So I haven't traveled to a crazy amount of states, but
I haven't either. But I definitely like want to eventually like travel to every state.
If you travel to any state right now, what would it be? Oh no, I see this from time to time.
Probably a different state than I've been to.
Yeah. Oh no, it just be any state right now. Well, actually, yeah, different state that you haven't been to.
I think if I could go anywhere right now, it'd probably be California. Because I've already gone, obviously, but a different state. Because I love California. But a different state, I'd probably go to Oregon. See Janae out there, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. Damn, I don't know where I
Because it's a different place, and it's not, I've never been there. And it's on that, like, still on the ocean or whatever. So that's kind of cool. You can still go see something like that. But
I go straight to Hawaii right now.
Oh my god, I forgot about Hawaii.
Straight to Hawaii.
Hawaii is great.
I can't do anything, go straight to Hawaii.
Oh my gosh, Hawaii would be so nice.
I know people.
I cannot believe my mom grew up there.
Like,
I can't believe it. I'm like, Mom, you never brought me back
to travel. Any last words?
No last words.
You gotta do more traveling, honestly.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens, but as it stands, COVID is in the way.
I'm not getting
on a plane with all these. You know what I mean? That's like ground zero. Till next time.